Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got some news. Let's see what's new. Okay. Now the good news is, in other announcements, we have Advanced Handbooks, Fractured Assassin. All right. Very cool looking costume for Akea. Looks like a fire user. All right. Fire is pretty strong in this game. Okay, so let's read through some of the other announcements that I missed. So we've got this guy on right now, variation Tempestuous Dynast. Okay, get our standard 300 stamina recovery so we could go through the event. This is going to be one of those additional memoir farming events, which is great because what it allows you to do is it allows you to augment the existing memoir sets you have with new ones so that you can double dip sometimes on some of the really choice stats that you want. This is good. So this is worth farming, especially if you're looking at getting some good memoirs. Unfortunately, these do not have as high a drop rate on the 4-star memoirs as you would say in the stage 10 dungeons. So you're going to have to do a lot more farming. But the idea with this is that you're farming these in tandem with the tickets, which are getting you other rewards. And looks like we are going to be getting a fist weapon. We're getting our mythic slabs. And let's see what we got here. This is a wind weapon. All right, attack 2100, defense 1300. So this is going to be an attack focused. HP 18,000. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we have a ×3 and a ×4. 18 and 20 seconds, deal 50% damage to one enemy 3 times and increases all odds attack by 15% for 10 seconds, and then deal 80% damage to one enemy 4 times. Not bad. Vigor up 10% attack, damage up by 15% on chains. Okay, cool. These are going to be additional new weapons that we are getting, it looks like, in the gacha. Alrighty, good, good, good. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so we can pull on Akeha right now. I'm going to hold off because it was announced over in JP that we were getting the new Demios, which apparently is a new type of unit. I think it's called Abyss, and it is a very powerful looking unit. It's a water type unit, and not only is just the model absolutely amazing looking, but he looks to be very powerful. We just had Final Fantasy XIV Noelle, which looks to be, I'm still building her, and probably by the end of the week, maybe sometime around next week, I'll have her at level 90. I have her weapon already maxed. And so by the time I have her fully leveled, I actually may do a showcase on her and talk about a little bit on how you can tune a team around units like her, units that not only does she give a group 10% crit rate up, but in her passives, but she also, with her light weapon, with her character weapon, she has a 10 seconds, on a 16-second cooldown, 20% up on crit rate. So between the weapon and her passive ability, she actually gives 30% crit rate for 10 seconds at a time for the entire team. And so if you're using that, for example, on burst attacks to burst down an enemy, you can build your team with a little less crit rate. Let's say you want to get your team up to 100% crit rate just so that everything they do is critting. Well, in that case, you can build your team for right around 70%, focus more on the crit damage and the attack, and then just go for it. So a unit like Noelle complements the team. Let's talk about Demios when he arrives, but I'm actually holding off for Demios for now. Okay, so we've got these two. This is a paid only, which you're never going to catch me doing. And then we have the regular summons. Okay, so this is really neat. I never had a chance to talk about this because, boy, was it a weekend. First of all, we had my son's graduation from 8th grade, which was awesome. He did great. He got all sorts of little awards, and he just couldn't be prouder, and we couldn't be prouder as parents. And then my youngest daughter got sick with the stomach flu the day after. on my wife's birthday. So it was a crazy weekend. I did not have a chance to do anything, and I am still working on my subjugation guide, and I am going through the weapons right now, and I'm actually just about done sorting through all of my useless and not so useful memoirs. And I've taken it down from about 1,200 memoirs, because I had a bunch in my inbox, to right around 300. So I have really trimmed out the fat. But let's take a look at this real quickly. Crossover commemoration. This is amazing. So for the last couple days, I think it was the last 10 days, we had the 200 gems per day with a bunch of extra goodies thrown into the mix. Crafting materials, gems, and a bunch of other rubies and amethysts and whatnot, things that you use to evolve your weapons. So we had that, and that was amazing. I loved getting the extra 200 gems per day. This one is much better, and I'll tell you why. Advanced handbooks. Total reward across 20 days, 20 advanced handbooks. Over the next 20 days, we are getting 20 advanced handbooks. That is 10 levels, or 2 ascensions, for one of your 4-star characters. Yeah, this is amazing. So then we are also getting a bunch of mythic slabs. Small slabs, 1,000, great. Medium slabs, 1,200, amazing. I mean, that is amazing. And large slabs, 600. Right now, I think I'm about 220, 230 away from maxing my Noelle mythic slab, and this is gonna max her. So I'm enthusiastic. I'm stoked about this. And then we got a whole bunch of other goodies coming with this. XL character enhancements, XL weapon enhancements. So everybody needs those at one point or another. Lots of the ruby, aquamarine, etc., etc., etc. Small stamina recovery times 1,000. Very nice. And skip tickets times 200. Also very nice. So this is going on over the next 20 days. Make sure that every day when you log in, you go over to the, jump on over here, quests, subquests, and it's going to be the very first one, at least for now. As they release more and more events, this is actually going to drop down into the list. And so just make sure to look for it. It's on for 20 days. I believe that today was it the first day or the second day? I can't remember. But anyways, so yeah, do it. No reason not to. Okay. Here we go. Looks like our event is on right now. So if we go over here, our variation, hey, guess what? There it is. Okay, this is also a great opportunity to get some gems. So go for it. Get her done. Do what you gotta do. And if we go over here to the event summons, yes, this is a summon. So let's go through this list and see what we get. So we're getting our tabs, we're getting the weapon, we're getting our advanced handbook. So I'm gonna be able to, from this event alone, get my Noelle up to level 85, which feels real good. She's already just absolutely chugging along. I'll show you her in just a minute here at level 80. Okay, great. Okay, so it doesn't have a advanced one. Sometimes these guys have an advanced summon. So this probably isn't gonna have one of those EX levels, or the 3 EX levels that are much more difficult than the other ones that you get to farm the different types of event summons, or the tickets that you use for these. So this is pretty straightforward. We're only getting one weapon from this. We're not getting a base 3-star. The only one we're getting is the base 4-star weapon. So that will be really good. We could go over here to the summons and see what we got here. She's got pretty good attack. Let's see what she does. 120% damage times 3, decreases defense by 30% for 30 seconds, and they take 25% more damage from fire attacks. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Okay, so the decreased defense is awesome. 25% more damage from fire attacks. Just to put that into perspective, and this is a unit that I chased. I didn't get her at first, I got her afterwards, but I did chase her. If we go over here to our Theo, Lacrima girl, she has this skill. Oh, hold on 1 second. I did that wrong. You got a long press. But if you go over here to her Scared of the Dark ability, increases all enemies' dark damage taken by 25% for 60 seconds. So that's amazing, and it's usable at the start of battle. So that's what really makes her just absolutely shine. But if we go over here, this is a little bit different. This is 30 seconds and additional 30% defense down. So this isn't as good in my opinion as Fio, and I'll tell you why. There are other units that drop defense on their main abilities, and there are plenty of other weapons that drop defense by 30%. I believe Celebratory Gale's weapon drops defense by 30%. I believe her main ability drops defense by 50%. And actually, I do think these stack though, so you know, it's worth considering. She looks good. She looks really good. Actually, she just looks good. It's such a cool unit. It's such a cool looking unit. Let's take a look at her weapon. Okay, decent attack. Looks like pretty good HP. All right, 45 4 times and cause them to take 15 more. Okay, wow, they're really leaning into the fire with her. Wow. Wow, okay, so her weapon is basically broken up and critical rate up, HP up. Wow, that is a really good weapon. Actually, that's a great kit. So basically what this means with her is she is always going to, wow, this is a tough one for me because Lacrima Girl, Fio, does it at the beginning of battle, which is amazing, but her recharge time on her character ability is long. And so it's not always up. This, between her character ability and her weapon, she's always essentially going to have 30% defense down and increased fire damage taken to the enemy up and running. This is a good character. This is a great character. So very good. 100% times 5. Fire damage dealt by 15%. So this is actually interesting. So this is a straight support ability that does not do damage. Okay, that's an interesting weapon. All right, I'm not going to get too far into the weeds on that. We had Abstract Songstress. If you guys are still pulling a Final Fantasy XIV, I would still be going for that. This is a fantastic banner to pull on, but we have other things coming, so get through it. I think I'm actually going to pass on Fractured Assassin. I do not have my Akeha Mythic Slab board built up as much as I do some of the others, so I would have to work on her. Okay, so in other news, let's take a look over here, over at quests, and let's go back over to our subquests. Now, I have been doing some testing on the Dark Memories. And what I mean by that is I've been going over here and I needed to farm up some of the character fragments for this guy right here, or this girl right here. And that's these guys right here, the Recalling Light. Now I've got 280. I didn't have very many at first, and I'm building up her fist to use on Livonia because it is a very good weapon. It has all of the goodies that you would expect from the from the EX weapons. And so, like if you take this guy for example right here, one of the best things that these guys have is both of their attacks are ×5 attacks, so they're amazing for chaining. It also has the increased wind damage on the attack. Let's go over here and just look at the weapon. But I'm gonna just go ahead and touch on this very briefly, and then we're gonna get back to what my observations have been on the double drop rate. So where are you? You are this guy right here. Okay. Blast. You've got to be kidding me. Keep doing that. Long press. Okay, so this is unique because not only does it do the increased wind damage, this is a 4 attack, but it also, both of these are 4 attacks, but also does this guy. So increases damage on ×3 or more chains by 30%. So this is great for when you're chaining. This has got a very powerful attack on it. So let's head on back over here to the quest. Let's go back to our dark memories. Okay. And in the last 4 days that I've been farming this, I have gotten 3 rare drops, and I haven't been farming it nonstop all day, every day for 4 days, but I have dumped a fair amount of energy into it, probably about as much as I would have if I was just doing the rinse and repeat strategy, if I was doing one of the limited once daily quests on the dark memories, where you take it through the first 2 steps, and if you don't get the rare drop, you back out and then you start over, and so on and so forth, rinse and repeat. So I've basically just been letting this run, and I still don't think the drop rates are anywhere near what you would be getting off of the once dailies, but having it doubled and then also on top of that having it half energy makes this a very viable way of doing it. So if you have a bunch of stamina refill pots, how many do I have? I have a lot. I have a lot. I've been hoarding these things. I just really haven't been using them that much. So, I mean, I probably easily dropped about 3,000, 4,000 stamina on the rinse and repeat, the just letting it run over the course of the past 4 days. 3 rare drops. One of them was a zenith. The other 2 were pyroclast. That's fine. So yeah, it's a good way to do it if you need the zenith and the pyroclast and you're working through those EX weapons. It's a great way to do it. And you've only got 6 days left, so take advantage of it. Otherwise, I think there's not a whole lot of news outside of that. I think I'm just going to leave it here. I am still working on my dark memories, and just to show you one little snippet here, let's go over to our memoirs. I'm sorry, not dark memories. I'm working on my memoirs. And if we just do that down there at the bottom left, 335 out of 999. Or again, I'm fairly certain I had over 1,200 when I started on this. So this is amazing. I have done, I think the last one I need to go through is base attack or primary stat attack. So if we go back over here, we go to attack percent, and that looks good. That looks good. Let's click OK. Yeah, so we got a fair amount of these. Well, actually, not a whole lot. And basically, I've just been going through, and the ones that aren't locked, that should be locked. That's really good. So basically, I'm just, wow, maybe I have already gone through all these. Maybe I'm done. Maybe I'm further ahead than I thought. Well, okay, so the next video is going to be part 2 of subjugation, and I think there's not a whole lot else to cover right now on the news. I'm not going to dither on it anymore, and I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and I will be talking to you soon. I'll probably only do one more video this week, which will be part 2 of the subjugation on the weapons, and then I will try building a team for next week. This is taking a while for me to do, just because I want to do it right. I want to do it as best as I can and give everybody the best advice that I can, doing a little bit of research and looking into it. And I've got other commitments this weekend that are going to tie me up, and other commitments that I have to prepare for over the course of the week, so I can't put as much time into this in my free time while I'm working as I would like. So I'm going to leave it here. And let's go ahead and just finish up with one more battle, just for the kicks and giggles, because it is so cool. There we are. Let's just head over here because it's amazing. And I'm going to sign off, and I'm just going to let you guys enjoy it. So peace out.